Howdy, son. This is your pa talking. Yeah, I good. The nurse here got one of them new tape recording machines. And since my arthritis is so bad in my hands, she convinced me to send this message instead of writing. I never was much good at writing anyhow, you know. So, well, your mother tells me you're still on Nantucket, working in a saloon. Well, I suppose you know what you're doing, leastwise you're old enough. But I was never much of a boozer in public places myself. And I've seen what happens to folks that spend a good time of their lives around bars. They never do amount to much. If the booze doesn't get them, the whores usually do. Mind you, I would never consider myself like Lily Pure, but I never got mixed up with no loose women. So, you know, they got no respect, and most of them are fouled up with some kind of disease. You really ought to think about settling down, son. Now they tell me that you're living at Tom Never's place. Yeah, I don't know. It's about time you should do something well for yourself. God damn it. Ma and me had a place of our own when we was half your age. Another thing, your cousin says you're driving one of them Japanese cars. God damn it, I can't understand it. Since them Japs shot up your brother in Iwo Jima, this family ain't had no truck with them critters, or anything they make. Yeah, you look to me like you're turning out to be the black sheep in this family. Sometimes you remind me of your good-for-nothing uncle. He hung out in saloons, smoked reefer, stuff he growed himself, and chased after fast women. Yeah, he caught up with a few, too. Put him in an early grave. Yeah, God bless your Aunt Lizzie. Hey, you know what he was up to? One time, I'll never forget it. When the vet come to castrate a newborn bull, she nearly had him convinced to do a job on your Uncle Josh while he was sleeping off a bender behind the barn. Those were the good old days, yeah. Well, since I went to the nursing home, my rheumatism got worse. I got a young lad to come in and do some of the chores and the milking, but last week I had to let him go. I found him in the sheep pen, and it wasn't anywhere near shearing time. Then next thing I know, I get me a nursemaid for the house. Now, I don't mean like they have hired out for babies. I mean she's half nurse and half housemaid, like a double-ender. She goes either way. I mean, no, that ain't what I meant to say. Yeah, it's cheaper than getting two different people in. That's what I mean. Yeah, and so I'm being took good care of. No question about it. I got a new TV that brings in Lawrence Welk like he was next door. And my nurse got this here tape recording machine, plays music on that, and tells me that I'm, you know, that you're going to understand everything I say now that I'm talking back into it. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to tell you around here. Place ain't changed much. Oh yeah, there was one of them fancy ladies come here the other day. Talks like she got a hot potato in her mouth. She was soliciting for the elder affairs. Yeah, that was she wanted me and a bunch of other old fogies to join up together. And I said, I don't know about these elder affairs. I ain't gonna mess around till your Ma passes on. Oh, she says, oh, no, you got it all wrong. This is a Golden Ages group where retired people get together, do things they never had a chance to do when they was younger. Yeah. So I said, like what do they do? And she said, well, they play cards, go to shows, get to know one another, traveling and the like. Well, says I, if that's what the Golden Ages do, I guess I can't measure up. I had all my golden times when I was a young buck, and I don't want to try it again, because I might be disappointed this time around. Well, yeah, this lumbago is no fun. My hands are so crippled up, I can't even milk a cow. And she's telling me that she wants me to go out with them old affairs people. There's no way. Well, then I I was got to tell a little story. She seemed to think I needed some entertainment. Well, I tell her about how once your shiftless uncle and I took off from Woods Hole with Zeb Coffin and Alice Wentworth. We played cards, and I lost $28, which was more than a week's pay then. We saw shows on board and in port, and my God, we got to know each other real close, you know. I must be coming down with something. Well, I got to give up this corn pipe. They tell me, raising hell with my windpipe, I guess. Well, anyhow, I told this old lady about how Alice and I got on, and she suddenly got all upset. And I said, well, what's the matter? Well, I don't need to hear you sound like some kind of an old sexist. Want to tell me stories about how you and Alice got off on a voyage and all that nonsense? I don't want to hear it. She just sputtered like a blown fuse and took off the porch. Well, I don't know. Well, that just got... yeah, we got some music going here. You can probably hear it. They got she brought back last time. She brought back the beer barrel polka, one of them Polish things. See, well, I probably got to get going down to the pharmacy now about this time. Pick up my pills. God sakes alive! The money I put into pills. Young man could take a trip around the world. Yeah. Well, you watch out for your health. Drop me a line and get a chance. I still got my eyes, even though the rest of me ain't working too well most of the time. Well, anyhow, I'll probably see you around the holidays if I don't see you in the meantime. You take it easy now, son. Oh, yeah, and another thing, before I sign off this thing here, you never did send me that $78 you've been owing me for God only knows how long it was. You borrowed it that time you had that young lady in trouble. I forget what her name was now. Was it Berta? Yeah, that young lady from Ohio that you knocked up. Well, anyhow, I think it's about time you said it. When you're 89 years old, there's a lot of things A lot of expenses. God damn it. I don't want you to think I'm a cheapskate. But I can use that money right now more than I can, well, now you gotta do something about paying that thing up, because it just ain't right. You're probably out there having a good time, spending money. You're probably still running around. So, you really, that goddamn Victrola is stuck again. They're just playing one of my old favorite records. Let me turn it up for you now. This is really one of a good one. But every once in a while it sticks. Here. Little scratchy, but you can't get them things anymore. All this newfangled rock and roll is all they're putting out these days. Yeah. Well, I was reading that newspaper from Nantucket. That you sent me, where that lady was spouting off about how this rock and roll music was ruining these young people. They was in the bars all night, dancing and carrying on like they was in some kind of a sex orgy. And God damn it, I gotta agree with her. I think people should they ought to pass a law that they can't go into them places till they're 21 years old, and they shouldn't be dancing in that kind of with all going through motions and things that most people consider something that you do in private. Well, I shouldn't be lecturing, but anyhow, just send me that goddamn money, and I'll be. You'll make an old man happy. That's what you'll do. So, well, let's see. I guess there ain't nothing else I got to say. The weather here has been pretty good.
Well, son, I shutting off the Victrola, and I guess this is about it. Well, you don't forget to say your prayers and stay away from the loose women. Yeah.
Well, son, this is your old man again. I think I'm getting the hang of this fool thing here. I can sit here now and just look out the window, play my music, and get a letter off to you without even writing. Yeah. Well, I tell you, today's been one of my bad days. Seems like my lumbago flared up this morning. Nally couldn't get out of bed. Like a little, I told you last time about this nursemaid I got coming in, and, well, she finally got in. And I tell you, things change. When she sashays into the room, oh my God, that fella feels altogether different. So she come over and she put her hands on me, fluffed up the pillow a little, and my God, what a difference! You wouldn't believe it. My God, I was out of that bed, feeling spry as a young rooster. No time